despite the beauty and simplicity of their lifestyles, the culture of the peoples of northern Kenya has often been viewed as backward in a country where rapid urbanization is yet to reach the north. But as exploration and discovery of natural resources in northern Kenya forces the government and potential investors to pay attention to this long-ignored region, the winds of change are bringing with them a bigger problem, that of balancing preservation of cultural and archaeological treasures with paving way for development.
We are working very closely with the government arms that are actually engaged in this, like the oil exploration and so on. So wherever the oil is found, experts from the museum are working very closely with the government to ensure that we do not have excavation sites that are excavated in the name of getting oil and destroying our heritage.
But this may be a hard bargain to sell, especially since before striking the elusive black gold in March this year, Kenya had been prospecting for oil for the last 60 years.
Northern Kenya under Sibiloi, which is, the ecosystem around Lake Turkana, being a World Heritage Site, we would be very, not very wise to bring in, yes, there is oil in this region, but again, when it comes to preservation of our heritage, there's a balance that we have to strike.
It is not yet known whether the Turkana oil find is commercially viable, but the prospects of being an oil-producing country already have both the government and investors salivating, though it could take another 5 to 6 years for commercial production to begin. The government insists that it will involve communities to be affected by exploration activities, but the host communities feel the government cannot be trusted. According to them, the government has in the past failed to involve local communities in its development plans, as has been the case with the setting up of the Lake Turkana Wind Project and now the Gibe 3 Dam in Ethiopia, which is currently under construction and will be the largest hydropower project in Africa once complete. The Gibe 3 Dam has been the focus of human rights groups who want it stopped, citing a negative impact on the ecosystem of Lake Turkana, which is the world's largest permanent desert lake. The lake is a source of livelihood for an estimated 500,000 people, among them the Almolo tribe, a fishing community already on the verge of extinction.
Once the water is constricted, then a lot of conflicts will come up. That's what we are really afraid of, because people around here have guns. And once water, which is the main source of conflict around this place, then it will mean there will be a lot of bloodshed.
According to the Friends of Lake Turkana, the lake will recede by 53 kilometers as it depends on Ethiopia's River Omo for 3/4 of its water supply. The water will be diverted to the Gibe Dam to generate hydroelectric power, which will eventually be bought by Kenya.
Yes, we'll benefit from the electricity, but I think we have better ways of harnessing electricity. We have a lot of solar energy that can be tapped. We have wind. And the good thing with that, it doesn't involve people's livelihoods, because we can have cheap electricity in Nairobi from the dam, and then someone is charging an iPod in Nairobi when another person in Lake Turkana is losing a livelihood.
It is an issue whose solution could make the difference between life and death for the communities dependent on this lake, even as stakeholders in the tourism, energy and other sectors strive to open up this region. A diamond in the rough whose polishing will involve a delicate balance between development and preservation of nature and human lives. Wanjiru Gaido, Citizen Business.